Hi everybody, it's Cindy. It is Friday, August 9th, and I'm back for an update. And as you can see, I'm in a new location. I've been gone for a little while, over a month. I usually do my videos every 2 weeks, and I have moved. I have moved to a new state. I am in the state of Virginia, right on the border of Tennessee, about 20 minutes from Tennessee. I am in Abingdon, Virginia. I'm sitting on my deck, and that is my new backyard. I got a beautiful garden here, trees. I have a natural spring brook here, and I absolutely love it here. It's been a challenge to get here, and I will tell you about that later. For those just want to hear the cross stitching, I'm going to do that first. I'm super excited to be back. It'll be a while before I'm settled in, and on my last video, I did say I didn't know when I would be back. Many of you reached out to me, making sure I was okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And I decided I had to take a couple minutes to sit down and do an update. I don't even have my stuff yet. My pod is it's delayed a week, and that was not supposed to happen. I have a couple of things here with me, and yes, it's gonna be a while. So we're gonna get started. I did do a little bit of stitching, really not much. I've been working on my Prairie Schooler Farmer's Alphabet, and I did a bunch of letters. I did S for strawberry, T for tangerine, U for ugly fruit, and V is Vidalia onion, but as you can see, I didn't finish the V. And this piece, it's almost there. Not much more to go. I just have absolutely had no time, really. I did a little bit of stitching when I was at my son's. I went to my son's for a week, and I'll explain that at the end. So I worked on that. I did a little bit on, sorry, I'm just leaning the other way. My house mouse. I'm working on him, and I did a little bit more stitching on him, but this is a focus. You have to really focus on this piece. But as you can see, you could start to see he's coming to life. He's in there. It's super cute. I can't wait to get back and get into a routine of stitching. I just have had absolutely no time. I will get up at 4, 5, or 6 a.m. because I'm not sleeping great. And I will go to 10, 11, or 12 o'clock at night nonstop. And there are days I get up at 7 a.m. and I don't even get to eat until 6 p.m. It's been that crazy. So it's just myself, and I had a couple people help me yesterday, and I'll get to that at the end. While I was at my son's, okay, so he has a piece that he was working on. I taught him to stitch about 2 years ago. He is almost done with this piece. And when I went to visit him, I was missing a color for alphabet. I don't know how I lost it, but I did. And he's like, well, go check in my box and see if I have it. He didn't have it, but this is called Amish Autumn and Winter. And this was a leaflet. This was designed by Linda Myers. This is an old pattern, and Super Katie was doing this. It's almost done. I go, Chris, you're almost done with your piece. I'm like, you gotta finish it. He's like, no, Mom, you're gonna finish it. He goes, I'm not finishing it. I go, really? He's going for his master's degree. He has a full-time job. He has a very hard job. He's a manager, and he has a puppy. And his puppy's name is Grandpa, and Grandpa, he's like having 3 infants. He is a lot of work. He feels like when you're home, you have to tend to him. He's very demanding. We went for 4-mile walks every day. He was not even phased. He felt like the dog felt like he didn't even go for a walk. We were wiped out, and the dog's like, let's go. He's a handful, but I did take care of him for a week. He was fixed on a Wednesday that was there last week, Wednesday last week. So I'm glad I was there for that, to help my son out with walking him and stuff like that. He's a great dog daddy. He comes home for lunch, and work is like 20 minutes away, so each way is 20 minutes travel. That's 40 minutes. He only gets 20 minutes to eat and walk the dog, and he does that every day for that dog. So He said he thinks in November he's going to be moving to be closer to work so that when he goes home for lunch, he'll be closer to the dog. The beginning of my video, you see it says take a risk, and I'll explain that. I quit my job on a Monday. I did not like that job. It was not for me. I quit the job. Tuesday, I called my real estate agent. I put my house up for sale. Wednesday, I sold the house. It sold the first day, the first person, cash deal, and they wanted me out of the house in 2 weeks. It's a 1,400 square foot home. Everybody's seen that home. I had to pack that house by myself. That's probably one of the hardest things I've ever done, is do that by myself. And the reason why I did all that is for several months now, I just felt like my time in Knoxville was done, and I needed to move on to another place. And yeah, I had no job. Sold my home. Selling the home was the easiest thing I ever did as far as the transaction. The morning I closed on the home, I went out to my gardens and I cried. I wish I could bring those gardens with me, but you cannot. And the owner is super nice. They actually lived around the block, so it was an easy move for them to move in. They'll be doing it a little at a time, and they're a retired couple, and they promised me that they would take care of the garden. And you know, there was nothing wrong with that house, absolutely nothing. That's why it sold the first day. There was nothing wrong with the house. It's an absolute amazing neighborhood. I could actually not lock my door and go for my walks. I'd walk out my front door, go for a 4-mile walk. It was like walking in a park. There was nothing wrong with that area. It was just my time to leave, and I was not happy for a long time being there, and I knew I needed a change. And people are like, well, why did you pick where you live? And somebody suggested Bristol, Tennessee, and I had started looking a couple of months ago for a home in Bristol, Tennessee. And Bristol, Tennessee and Bristol, Virginia, really, you walk across the street, one side's Bristol, Tennessee, one's Bristol, Virginia. And I was looking in that area, looking. I could not find a house in that area. If you did not see the house the first day, it was gone. The market is that crazy right now. I don't know if it's in your area, but it is in my area. And Cheryl McKinney's like, Cindy, look at Abingdon. And I came to Abingdon, and I absolutely fell in love. When I sold my house on a Monday, that Sunday, the night before the house I was supposed to buy, the inspection report came back. It needed a ton of work that was hidden, and the repairs were about $25,000 to $30,000, and they were not willing to budge on the price. So I walked away from that house the day before I was closing on my house. I literally closed on my house, and I had nowhere to live. So I came out to Abingdon, and I told my real estate, I'll be out there in the morning. I want to see this house, you know, a bunch of houses. I came out that morning. I stayed in Comfort Inn in Abingdon for a week, and I found my second house. It was a beautiful country house. Had the inspection done on that home, and their damage was hidden too. They had a lot of stuff. They had a basement. In the basement, all this stuff was hiding, all the foundation cracks and issues, and it was major. And I said, you know, if they're willing to fix their foundation, yeah. But they never even got back to me. I'm like, I walked away from that house too. So I walked away from 2 houses, paying for inspections that cost $350 to $450 a piece. And I just said I cannot make a mistake on the house. And it was a week that I was in Abingdon, and I was going to my son for another week. And that night, at about 11:30 p.m., this house came on the market, and I woke up the next day and I saw it at 6 a.m. and I was literally 10 minutes from the house. I came over here at 6 a.m. I crawled in the crawl space. Crawl space was fine, no cracks, foundation issues. And I just knew that this was going to be the house. I called my real estate agent. I said, I need to see this house immediately, within a couple of hours. And she said, well, I can't do it till tomorrow. I go, well, you either find somebody to do it today or I'll find someone else. And she came. She came at 10 a.m. I saw the house, put the bid on the house, and the inspector who did the previous inspection for the other house did me a favor, and he did that inspection within 3 days. It does need some repairs, cosmetic, you know, minor stuff, nothing, no foundational issues. And I am here. He did that inspection on a Wednesday. I closed that Monday. It only took a week for me to close on this house. And in that week, I was at my son's in Columbia, South Carolina. He lives in the city of Columbia, in the heart of Columbia City. And I did not realize how big Columbia was until I got there. I'm like, oh, the concrete jungle. I haven't been in this city like that in a while. I had to park in a parking garage. And the first day it was just like, oh, it's the city, you know, it like hits you. It's so different. And after the first day I was fine. I loved it. I walked the whole city with the dog every day. He's literally like 50 feet from Main Street in Columbia. Amazing stores, restaurants. Listen, the time. I mean, I put my house up for sale July 3rd. I sold it. I moved. I quit a job. I bought a new house, all within pretty much 30 days. And that's a lot for anybody. I do have a new job. While I was doing all that, I had a job offer come in, and I start that on the 19th, depending on my state license being transferred. So this is my new location. I don't even, like I said, I don't even have my pod with my furniture. I don't have anything really. I have a blow-up bed. I did have, the pod was packed, not all my stuff fit in the pod, and I had to rent a small rental cube in Knoxville, and I had to make a couple trips before my closing. It's a good thing I got that. I was literally packing till the day I closed, and the day I closed, I woke up at 6 a.m., cleaned the house for 3 hours. My car was stuffed with stuff, and that's all I had. I was in a cube. So an awesome friend, a Flosstuber, you know her, Tranquil Stitches, Cheryl McKinney, suggested this area. I live here. She's not far from me. She called, you know, I spoke to her, and she's like, Cindy, me and my husband will help you come get your stuff in your cube for Knoxville, because I was going to rent a van just to go get that stuff and bring it back. And she's like, we'll come, you know, we have a trailer, we'll help you pack it up. And I can't even tell you how just that little help helped me so much. And they were here yesterday. We went to Knoxville, we picked up my stuff from the cube, and I had all my food at my friend Marie's house, and Marie said, Cindy, I left you the key. So we went to both places and got that stuff, and we brought it back, and we had a great time driving. Excuse me. We had a great time driving. We talked the whole time. Her and her husband are just amazing people, and I will be meeting up with her all the time to stitch. I'm super excited about that. Asheville, Sassy Jack's is only an hour and a half away from here. It's a much easier drive. And there's a cross stitch store in Johnson City that's 40 minutes. And I picked this area for many, many reasons. I walk 4 to 5 miles a day. There are tons of trails here. I absolutely love the Bristol, Abington area. It's tons of trails, tons of lakes. That's me. I live 5 minutes from the Creeper Trail. The Creeper Trail is a huge destination for people. You can look it up. The Creeper Trail is, I think it's 34.4 miles of a biking and hiking trail. Number 1 on that trail is 5 minutes from my house. I could literally, I'm going to be getting a bike and ride my bike there. I can't even tell you how happy I am about that. I could actually walk to Main Street if I wanted to from where I live. That's 5 minutes away also. They have tons of restaurants on that Main Street. It's a beautiful historical area. The food is as good as New York, and I've eaten in so many places. Listen, in the past couple weeks I've eaten so much. I'll include pictures of that. I took Cheryl and her husband to a restaurant that I really liked, and we just had a really good time. It's just a beautiful area for me. I feel at home already. My neighbors are awesome. I had 3 neighbors, 2 on either side, 1 across the street. They all came over, said hello, if you need anything. The woman that I bought the house from lives exactly right next door. This was her mom's house. Her mom passed away, and her mom was a gardener. And as you could tell, I'll include pictures of this garden here. It's beautiful. It's got trees. There's deer here though, so I have to work with the deer. The other day I had 3 deer in my backyard. The front yard, it's pretty much a blank slate for planting a new garden. I will be doing that next year. I want everything done today, and that's how I operate. So I've been doing so much, and I have to take it one day at a time. It's a work in progress. I did have all the rugs ripped out of my house already. I had to pull the tacks out though. They saved the tacks for me, and it's a big long ranch, and I did the 3 bedrooms already. I scrubbed the wood floors, and that takes so much out of you. I'm not young anymore. It's a lot of work, but the floors in the bedrooms are beautiful. They really do just need a light sanding and a coat on them, and they will be absolutely amazing. But you could really just leave them like that for now, and I think for now I'm just going to leave that. I'm happy where I am. I can't even tell you how excited I am to be in this area, and I'll have stitchers to meet up with. And when I went to the cross stitch store in Johnson City about a month ago, I told them I was looking for a home in this area, and Katie at that store told me, when you get settled, you come here. We're going to get you hooked up with EGA, Embroidery Guild of America. They have 2 of them in that area, and she suggested the one, and she said, we'll help you out. And she goes, you can come any Saturday you want, sit and stitch. So those were the important things to me, and that's why I made the change in my life. I wanted more things to do. I wanted more social things to do. There's Osceola Island here. There's Steel Creek Park. And a couple of videos back, I put pictures of those because I have been coming to visit, and I've been visiting all those places while I was looking for a home. So it's been a whirlwind. It's been a lot, and I can't even tell you. Thank you so much for everybody reaching out to me. I'm sorry it took me this long, but I haven't even stitched this week, and that's not me, but I couldn't do all this while I was working anyway. There's just absolutely no way. Every day you're from 7 in the morning to 10, 11 at night. You're going nonstop, going here, setting this up, setting that up, doing this, doing that, changing everything. Yeah, DMV's a nightmare, but I survived it. And I'll be starting a new job soon, so I'm excited about that. The 2 men I'll be working with are super, super nice, and it's exciting. It's a new beginning. The first thing I did from the closing of my home is I went and I bought galvanized tins, and I bought my herbs, and I planted them that day. I had to have something normal in my life, so that's the first thing I did, and I'll show you a picture of that. I'll include that on a slideshow at the end. I'll show you a slideshow of the garden at my old house the last time I saw it. The sunflowers were amazing, and a piece of my soul lives there. And as I know, the woman that lived in this house, I am sure she's happy a gardener got her home, and that's her garden, and I'll be adding to that. So a piece of her soul lives here too, and that's, if you're a gardener, you understand. If not, I get it. I hope everybody's doing well. I am so far behind on watching videos. I will catch a video here and there if I'm able to, driving somewhere. But I've been talking so much on the phone with everybody, I haven't even had time. Usually on the drives when I was coming out looking for homes, I put 3,000 miles on my car in a month. 3,000 miles. I don't like driving too long distance. 3,000 miles. I'm so done driving for a while. I do want to say the cross stitch retreat, mine is coming up soon. It's October 4th through 6th. I cannot wait for that. My hotel room is booked. You have until September 6th to book your room at that hotel. If you're attending that retreat and have not booked your hotel, please do it before September 6th. After September 6th, those rooms are not guaranteed, because then they open that lot up for other people to come in. I sent everybody the link for the hotel. If you do not have it, send me an email below. I'll send you the link. I had to do it because I don't live there anymore. I'm only 2 hours away. It's not that far from me. And I'm so excited for the retreat. And it's going to be a lot of fun and things to look forward to. I'm so looking forward to that retreat. It'll be like a rest for me. I will be busy probably until then. It'll take a while to get settled in. And I just take it one day at a time. And the reason why I named this video Take a Risk is most people would never do what I did. They would never just quit their job. They would never sell their home. Yeah, I could have stayed there. It would have been easy. Just stayed and, you know, take the comfort level. But take a risk. And it always works out in the end. I've always said that. If you take a risk, it always works out in the end. And I hope that gives somebody inspiration to know. Do what you want to do. Life is short. Be happy. Find your happy place. And I hope everybody has an awesome weekend. I cannot believe we're in August. I still feel like yesterday was December, right? It's a blur. It's been a year. But I'm very happy. And on that note, everybody, happy stitching. Have an awesome weekend and much love to everyone. Hi everybody, it's Cindy. It is July 21st. And this will be my last update of the garden. I leave behind a part of my soul in this garden, and I hope the new owners love it. Look, and there's my butterfly. There's the butterfly. Let me see if I can get in close. It's beautiful. It's black with blue and orange. Up close and personal. They both came to see me. There's my yellow one. Everything's gonna be all right. Those are my butterflies letting me know. And lots of activity. There's my beautiful sunflowers. Look at them. They're still beautiful. And I'm going to take you down the garden. There's a moth. The zinnias are beautiful and big. Look at the yellow butterfly. Oh, that just made my day. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let's see if we can get in closer. Look how beautiful it is. Got bees, bumblebees. There it is. It's still hanging around. Got my rose bush, and we're just gonna go all the way down. You could see the purple butterfly bush is getting big in the back there. Nasturtiums are big back there. Got all my daisies. Oh, look. The purple Rose of Sharon is blooming. It's bigger this year. It is beautiful. And that is one piece that I will surely miss. Red tops. You got the bachelor buttons. I'm gonna get into the Rose of Sharon. Look how purple they are. There's so many of them. They're still blooming. It's called Rose of Sharon All Althea. That's the hardest thing to leave behind. And that will be my last update of this garden. Happy stitching, everyone. This is a part of the Creeper Trail.